Greetings, everyone. Jonathan here. We had a very, very busy day in the haunt yesterday. Not so much from the amount we had to do, but from the physical labor standpoint. This involved a lot of heavy lifting and moving things around and really just work. It was a very intense day, and needless to say, we're both sore as heck today, but we've got to get back out there because even though we actually got an incredible amount done, a lot of progress made, not enough. It's never enough to really satisfy us. We're people that want things done now. We went into the haunt yesterday with 3 projects in mind. One got completely done. One is almost done, but we have to get an extra part to put it in. Basically, we didn't have screws long enough for this, so we've got to go buy some screws from Lowe's or somewhere tonight. And the other project, we've got about 50 to 70% done. That one I had some issues with. We're working our way through them, but hopefully that one will be in place either today or tomorrow. Crystal is feverishly making dummies for Inside the Haunt. This theme this year requires way more dummies than we have ever needed before. So we're making like a little Munchkin army almost. It's kind of cool. Um, but yeah, it was a very intense day, and normally right around now I'd be very worried about the build process. We're less than 2 weeks out. We have only one weekend before we open, so we're getting kind of close to crunch time. But we took inventory of where we are last night. We sat down to dinner at Cece's Pizza and discussed the situation, what all we had to get done. We realized something very important, or rather Crystal did, and that is usually on a haunt season, our full crew, meaning her family, comes down about 4 days before we open. They're doing that again this year, and we have 1 or 2 major projects that we need their help with to get done. And this year, there's just not going to be any. Between recycling and reusing what we already had, not making many major structural changes to the haunt, and generally just working on it year-round, we're in a position where there aren't any major builds left. We're getting to a point where once we finish this up, one project which we're working on, construction jobs, there won't be much. We'll have to put up the tent, hang some banners, skin some walls, do some paint, do lighting. But all that stuff is fairly minor in the big scheme of things. It takes time, but when you've got 4 people working on it, it really isn't that difficult, and it certainly is a lot better than being trying to build a slam wall at the last minute like we were last year or 2 years ago when we were trying to build the entire exit literally up to 5 minutes before we opened. That's a great story I'll have to tell later. So yeah, we're feeling pretty good. We ordered an emergency batch of flyers. I would really like to buy my flyers locally, just A, because I like supporting local companies, and B, convenience. But I've got to face facts. The cheapest local bid we had was half the price of a site, and that internet site includes shipping. So basically, we got the flyers for $58 with expedited shipping, where the nearest competitor could only do it for $90. Seems kind of ridiculous to me. And unfortunately, we're a free haunt. We can't afford to pay that kind of premium. We're not going to make this money back in any way, shape, or form. So anyways, that's it for today. Busy day, got a lot to do tonight. It's going to be kind of crunch time this next week. I'm hoping we'll get to relax a teensy-weensy little bit as we approach the end of this week and this weekend, and we'll be able to shift gears and start focusing on the detail work inside the haunt. If we're able to do that, I think we'll be okay, and it's looking like that's how it's going to shape out. So on that note, everyone, this is Jonathan, and I am signing off until tomorrow.